Please stand for our processional, please.
I declare the afternoon ceremony of the second commencement of the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education convened. Please remain standing for the invocation by Dr. Lou A. Nasri, Chair of Pediatrics, and the National Anthem, featuring Fort Smith native and Juilliard-trained Mr. Ben Keating on the trumpet.
I'm highly honored to be asked to deliver the prayer to you on this very special day that you will never forget in your lives. Let's pray. In the name of God, the most merciful, most beneficent, we thank you, God, for all the blessings you bestowed upon us. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to learn a small fraction of your knowledge. God, please lead us to the right path to continue our journey for seeking more of your knowledge. God, please give us the will, perseverance, and empathy to help all humans maintain their good health and treat their illnesses to our best abilities. God, our questions are many, but our answers are few. Our schooling is finite, but our learning is infinite. You are the God of knowledge. You are the God of healing. You are the God of mercy. You created us. You know every last minute part of us. You know our souls. You know our fears and desires. God, please enter us in thy mercy. Amen.
Please be seated. Welcome to our second commencement, our first actually in person. I'm Kyle Parker, CEO of the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education, and I want to begin with a huge thank you to the University of Arkansas and Fort Smith, Chancellor Teresa Riley and the UA Fort Smith staff for the use of this wonderful arena. It is a privilege to welcome our DO graduates, our master's graduates, and the families and friends that are present today to witness this momentous occasion. I know that not all of your friends and family are able to be here in person, but we know that they are with us on live stream, and we certainly welcome them. On behalf of the AIC Board of Trustees, the faculty, and staff, I welcome you to Fort Smith, Arkansas. To our MSB graduates, I challenge each of you to continue to pursue your dreams, whether it is becoming a healthcare professional or attending additional graduate programs. To the DOs, our first graduating class, thank you for trusting us, and know that you will always, and I mean always, hold a very special place in the legacy of our campus. At this time, I would like to introduce you to our platform party. Platform party, please stand when I call your name, and everybody please hold your applause until the end. Dr. Brian Kim, President of the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education. Dr. Joseph Jaimo, our keynote speaker. Mr. John Taylor, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Cole Goodman, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Donald Selchik, Vice Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Rance McLean, Dean of the Arkansas College of Osteopathic Medicine. Dr. Kenneth Hensley, Master of Science and Biomedicine Program Director. Dr. Lou A. Nasri, Chair of Pediatrics, and Ms. Wanda Montgomery, Director of External and Alumni Relations. Platform party, please be seated. It is with great pleasure that I would like to give special recognition to the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education Board of Trustees, who provided and continues to provide the support and guidance that contributes to the success of our institution. And now I present Mr. John Taylor.
Thank you, Dr. Parker. Good afternoon and welcome. I bring you greetings from the Board of Trustees. And those of you, of course, that are in this inaugural class, you may remember that I had the privilege of addressing you at your orientation 4 years ago. You've probably forgotten most of that, but one of the things I remember saying to you, and it was a very emotional statement from me, and that was that we, the Board of Trustees, have waited 8 years to see your faces. That's what I told you 4 years ago. So now I guess I can say we are so delighted 12 years later to see this event on the floor of this arena. And we would challenge you with really one word, and those of you that have heard me speak to a few other venues in this 4 years, I keep using the word disrupt. That word usually has a negative connotation. I believe it should have a positive connotation. As you know, our mission statement here is to improve the lives of others. I believe that your goal and your calling is to be a disruptive force to change the trajectory of other people's lives. And there have been people that have intervened, have disrupted your lives for the good, and changed the direction of your life, the trajectory. So go forth and continue to disrupt in a positive way, have that impact and change lives. And I told the group this morning that something that came to me early this morning. There used to be a college fund that used to advertise quite a bit on TV, and they had a statement they always made, and the statement was this: a mind is a terrible thing to waste. I want to congratulate you on not wasting your minds. Thank you for being here. Go forth and disrupt. And I bring to you, with great pleasure, Dr. Brian Kim, President.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Good afternoon, graduates, and the families, friends, and loved ones of each of our graduates. I extend to you congratulations to each and every one of you. Healthcare workers, especially this past year, have proved to be heroes. I urge you to go out and make a difference and to work to improve the lives of others. I am proud of each and every one of you and look forward to watching you become a healthcare hero. This is the day that we all work toward, and I am honored to recognize some of the people that have worked countless hours to help make this dream a reality. Some of those people are seated right behind you, graduates. I ask the faculty to stand. We are fully aware that we have the finest faculty and staff, and we thank every one of you for the work you have done to prepare these students for graduation and beyond. Part of AIC's mission is to improve medical education, and we are proud of our partnership with international partners such as Tyson Hospital in Seoul, South Korea. Our two institutions are working together to exchange academic, research, and clinical experiences for our students and faculty. Our goal is for AIC students to have the opportunity to achieve a broader depth of experience in global health. At this time, it is my honor to bring to you greetings to our graduates from Dr. Junshik Shin, Korean medicine doctor and founder and CEO of Chaseng Hospital of Korean Medicine.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations to each and every one of you, graduates of Arkansas College of Health Education and Arkansas College of Osteopathic Medicine, on your amazing achievement. I am sure that the last 4 years has had its ups and downs, but I trust that it was an amazing time. You are all about to embark on one of the greatest and most exciting professions in the world. Even though it is a challenging time right now, I want you to take all the opportunities and use all the resources that I want to offer. I have just one message for all of you. Always keep the passion and the compassion in your life. My family originates from 7 generations of Korean medicine doctors, and my father, who was a Korean medicine doctor, constantly reminded me to practice with 궁혈지심. It means to always treat and care for your patients with compassion and sympathy. He taught me to feel patients' pain as though they were one of our family, and to sincerely treat them with enthusiasm and earnestness. During my long years of practice, I have never forgotten my father's message and still constantly remind myself of it. I sincerely hope that all graduates of Arkansas College of Health Education practice with 궁혈지심. You will be rewarded with opportunity and fortune in due time. If any of you have the opportunity to visit Korea in the future, or wish to learn about Korean medicine, I welcome you. Just to mention that you are an ACH student. When you visit my hospital, I'll give you all the advice and help you need. Again, ACH graduates, congratulations to you all. And I wish you great success in your next step forward. Thank you.
And now, it is my privilege and honor to introduce to you our keynote speaker. We are honored to have Dr. Joseph Jaimo as our keynote speaker today. Dr. Jaimo is an osteopathic physician from West Palm Beach, Florida, and is an AOA board-certified osteopathic internal and pulmonary medicine physician in private practice. He is also president-elect of the American Osteopathic Association. It is my great privilege to present to you Dr. Jaimo.
President Brian Kim, CEO Kyle Parker, Dean Ranch McLean, the faculty and staff of ARCOM, family, friends, and our most distinguished guest, the graduating class of 2021. On behalf of the American Osteopathic Association, congratulations, job well done. I don't have to tell you, this has been a unique time for all of us. We have been challenged in all aspects of our lives. The pandemic has altered the way the world does business, and certainly how healthcare is delivered. But just as before, just as in the past, we have endured, and we have grown stronger in the face of difficult times. And let me tell you some good news. Because of your hard work, because how you are trained, all of you sitting here right now are perfectly prepared for the challenges that lie ahead. We are all here, your parents, professors, and loved ones, to honor the hard work and sacrifice. Whether you leave here today with a doctorate of osteopathic medicine or a master's of science in biomedical, remember this: you are elite. You have survived organic chemistry, pharmacology, and anatomy. Through late night studying and early morning rounding, you survived medical school and graduate school in a pandemic. That alone has set you all apart. And you have also worked hard to keep true to your school's mission of helping the underserved. I heard a great story about your school, and the class raised over $1,900 to help the St. Jude's Foundation and to help children like Max Blackwell, a 12-year-old with ALL. You've challenged yourself and proved that your commitment, you will not be deterred when the road gets rough. Seriously, family, friends, grandparents, I want you to really appreciate what these students have accomplished. There were 575 people who applied to the medical science program here at ARCOM. 1 year later, 45 people will be condoned that degree. Over 6,000 people applied to the osteopathic medical school. 6,000 people. Look around here today, sitting here with you. Just 145 will become DOs today. So let me repeat, you are elite. But let me tell you something, that's not all that makes you great. Of all the medical students graduating this spring, you are special. Patients said they were looking for a doctor who not only knows how to get them better from their sickness, they were looking for something else. And I'd like to tell you that in a moment. Your professors have poured their heart, soul, and hair, like Dr. Bridges growing out his hair, doing whatever they could to cram the training into you. They only had 4 years after all. They were tough on you, but there's a lot at stake. Someday you'll be taking care of all of us. I didn't have the pleasure of being one of your trainers, but I'm going to share something today with you that likely was not covered in the last 4 years. And it comes from one of the great philosophers of our time, Mike Tyson. You know, the former boxing champ? Mike had this phrase, everybody has a plan until they get hit. Well, the world of medicine was sucker punched in a way I've never seen in my professional career. Suddenly a pandemic hits, all of your training kicks in, but in so many ways, no amount of training could prepare you for what you had faced. We were seeing 30 to 50 patients a day, going room to room, but to every one of the patients we visited, when we gowned up and got in our PPE, when we stepped into those rooms, especially those that were really sick, we were everything to them. We were their advocates. During the pandemic, we treated a number of people young and old, but I want to tell you about one family our team was asked to see. A husband, a wife, a daughter, all admitted, all very ill. We isolated them in separate rooms during COVID. There weren't enough isolation rooms available. We converted an orthopedic floor over to isolation because not many people were interested in elective surgery during that time. Each day I would gown up in our PPE, using whatever we could to protect ourselves and the staff. Sometimes there was no PPE, and you were the only one walking in the room that day. This man, 91 years old, we gave him all we had and then some. Testing for secondary infections, blood clots, cardiac, liver, respiratory failure. Each day we talked, and we discussed with him the antibiotics in his course of care. We did anything we could to try to get him through the night to fight another day. One day while I spoke to him, reviewing the test and all the laboratory data, we really talked. Each day he would open up more and more. He told me his story. You see, he was a Holocaust survivor, and the thing he feared most was not dying of COVID, but not being able to speak to his family again. His cell phone had died, and he needed a phone charger to connect with his family. So that day, it may seem small, but we got him a charger so he could talk to his family. And it was the most important thing we were able to do for him that day. Fortunately, they all survived. So here are 4 things I want to share with you. And I want you to always try to remember these. Number 1, you are your patient's advocate. This is humbling. Don't ever forget, that is why you do what you do. So pay attention and listen. Remember, sometimes it's not just the medicine. It could be a simple act of kindness, like a phone charger. Number 2, your patients are counting on you to be smart, so stay smart. Never quit studying, reading, learning, going to your meetings. Not just because you need the credits, but it builds the camaraderie you will need. And you'll learn things during those coffee breaks, interacting with your colleagues, ideas, and developing a support system. Fellow DOs are your family. Talk to other colleagues. Medicine is a team approach. Everyone contributes. Something new always comes up, different ways to treat people. As was evidenced in the pandemic, we leaned on each other in the foxhole. I remember early on, maybe January 2020, long before we felt that COVID was in this country, we were seeing patients, complex issues, respiratory failure, elevated D-dimers, pulmonary embolism, strokes, mental status changes. All of this, compared cases, we talked to our friends and talked to our colleagues, trying to trend and see what was happening. We shared our successes and we learned from our failures. At first, we thought these people were common and we treated them like other patients with multi-system organ dysfunction. But they were different, and they did not respond. So we talked to our colleagues around the country, and through the AOA, our training programs, our mentors, social circuits, medical societies, we learned from each other. It gave us a place to collaborate and, frankly, to vent. So stay smart, stay connected, and go to your meetings. Number 3, get your sleep. and I'm not saying that because I have a I'm a sleep doctor. You need to be your best. You need to get at least 8 hours a night to allow you to get the 5 to 7 REM cycles you need to be fully effective. If you don't do that, you become more accident prone and you make mistakes. I like to explain it to my patients like this. It's like having a messy desk. All day long you process information and you put those bits of information on your desk. They're all unorganized. You need to sleep to process all that information from short to long-term memory. When you sleep, your body and brain sort out all those details. You're not taking care of your sleep, and if you're not taking care of your body and your health, you can't take care of anyone else. So get your rest. There was an article that was recently published in the Journal of Osteopathic Medicine, and it surveyed 3rd and 4th year medical students and found that stress management habits were paramount in helping students who were grappling not only with the challenges and rigors of training, but also the uncertainty and stress that existed with major global health issues and socioeconomic crises, just like a pandemic. So number 4, the last one, find a hobby and it cannot be medicine. Because let me tell you something, sometimes the days get really, really long. In fact, in 35 years of practicing medicine, never has it been more mind-numbing than knowing I had the first case of COVID in my county and couldn't get a confirmatory test because of the lack of testing equipment. You're working long hours, you're taking care of critically ill people, it becomes mind-numbing. It will take a toll on you. So medicine cannot be everything in your life. Make a promise to yourselves right now that you will take time off, find a regular release, a round of golf, a workout, a weekend away, whatever it is for you, something that restores you. These things give you perspective, so when you return to your work, you are refreshed and relaxed. You are balanced, and you appreciate the honor and privilege that you get for taking care of your patients. So again, the 4 things are, you are your patient's advocate, stay smart, get your rest, and be balanced. So I'll close by saying this. There is no greater or more honorable way to spend your professional life than caring for others. There is no greater time to be an osteopathic physician. And here's the best news. Remember early on I told you patients aren't just looking for a doctor to get them better, they're looking for something else. They are looking for somebody to keep them healthy. Patients are craving what you are trained to do, to treat the body as a whole with a deep interest in not just getting your patients well, but keeping them well. Did you hear that? The world is looking for you. You leave here today not just doctors, you leave here DOs. Exactly what the world needs right now as we come out of a pandemic. You have extra training and knowledge, understanding to keep the patients healthy. What a gift. May God bless each and every one of you. Now go take care of the world.
Thank you, Dr. Jaimo, for those inspiring words. I've been asked to explain the tradition of the hooding ceremony and the cords being worn by some of our graduates. The hooding ceremony is a special recognition for master's or terminal degrees, such as our Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. The placing of the hood over the head of the graduate signifies their success in completing the graduate program. The DO graduates will be hooded by Dr. Rance McLean, Dean of ARCOM, or by a physician in the immediate family of the graduate. The MSB graduates will be hooded by Dr. Kenneth Hensley, Program Director. Graduation cords are worn by student members of Sigma Sigma Phi, the National Osteopathic Honors Fraternity. Graduates that have served or currently are serving in the United States Armed Forces will be designated by a red, white, and blue braided cord. We are proud to recognize these students as we establish new traditions and celebrate our first in-person ceremony. Candidates for the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine and the Master of Science in Biomedicine. Please rise and remain standing. President Kim, it is my honor to present the candidates for conferral of degrees.
Thank you, Dr. Sefcik. Upon the favorable recommendation of the faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree earned with all of its rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Good afternoon. I'm Laurel Starling McIntosh, Senior Assistant Dean of Student Affairs. We ask that guests please stay in their seats. We do have professional photographers taking photos of each graduate. Graduates, please stay seated until the marshal has signaled you to move toward the stage. Please wear masks until you are exiting the stage for your final photo. Faculty marshals, please begin ushering the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine graduates, beginning with the first row. Joseph Kordsmeyer. Brendan Calvert Lushbach. Victoria Helen Ryherd. Blake James Allward. Amanda Nicole Limp. Abigail Dean Long. Bhavik Mukesh Muggan. Noor X. Mahmood. Brandy Kathleen Main. Ratna Melanie Malkin. John Morgan Mason. Devin Sean McDonald. Daniel McPike. Nikki Ann Reyes Medina. Ryan Christopher Monk. Nathaniel James Moore. Syed Faizan Munir, hooded by his father, Munir Syed, MD. Jahanzeb Nadeem, Ni Nai, Jeffrey P. Nafi, Brenda Mao Nguyen, hooded by her father, William Nguyen, MD. Jacqueline Ann Nguyen, hooded by her husband, Alex Koichi, MD. Missy Olcott, Hiro J. Ono, Michael G. Page, Jacob William Parmley, Anthony Passarin, hooded by his father, Guillermo Passarin, MD. Roshni Vipul Patel, Roshni J. Patel, Brandon Scott Petrie, Alyssa Pham, Jennifer M. Philippos, Andrew Matthew Philpott, Joseph A. Powers, Jennifer Morgan Rabel, hooded by her mother, Denise Rabel, MD. Luke Gibson Renner. Callie Blanc Riley. Ashley Nicole Roberts, hooded by her father, Randolph Roberts, MD. Rylan Russell. Bryce Kumar Sarkar. Sajan Sarkar. Swarna Sarkar. Ryan Edward Schultz, hooded by his father, Drew Schultz, D.O. Jeffrey Edward Scott. Megan Marie Sharrow. Samantha Drake Skinner. Daniel Scott Spector. Joshua Spoor, hooded by his father, John Spoor, MD. Daniel Lee Stacy. Samuel Laurie Stolley. Jenna Ray Stern. Alan William Stubbe. J. Scott Stinson. Madeline Marie Strickling. Riley Renee Taubert. Ann Kim Kwok To. Tyler Tarina. Matthew Ryan Turner. Deli Ray Tyler. Marina Leticia Valdezon. Costadinos Peter Vergos. Jessica Tu Vo. Taylor Alexandra Wakeshner. Joseph Robert Wells. Benjamin Michael Westerhoff. Jody L. Wiley. Kevin Edward Woodhams. Vance Ashley Woodward. John David Young. Doctors, congratulations. Faculty marshals, please usher the Master of Science in Biomedicine graduates. Christian C. Mackley. Emily May Malik. Victoria S. Manning. Stephen Thomas Moore. Kashun Mudushan Morawakoralaji. Anthony Lynn Mosley. Emily Jane Murdoch. Angelina Josephine Olivetti. Michaela Jade Page. Austin Han Fan Jr. Christina Ricci. Claire Marie Ship. Thomas Jeffrey Spencer. Tala Umar. Sravani Valabaneni. Allison Vaught. Jason Joseph Vayner. Amanda Nicole Weekly. Wyndham Lane Westcott Ferguson. Kennedy Beth Wilson. Hannah Michelle Wooten. Alexis K. Yarbrough. Congratulations, MSB graduates.
here. Doctors of osteopathic medicine, please stand to recite the osteopathic oath. I also ask any DOs that are in attendance to please stand and recite the oath with us. We are honored to have President-elect of the AOA, Dr. Jaimo, with us today and ask him to lead us in the oath.
Doctors of osteopathic medicine, please recite with me. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and life of my patients, to return their confidence and respect both as a physician and as a friend who will guard their secrets with honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in attending in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it may be asked. I will endure to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, never by word or by act casting impunity upon them or the rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for its best interest and for the interest of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the applications of basic biology truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles in osteopathy which are enumerated by Andrew Taylor Still.
Doctors, you may be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to you all. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Eric Kramers, and it's my privilege to be here on such an outstanding day. This won't take but a moment, but it's a very special moment for three impressive graduates who are not only pledging themselves to be physicians, but also as officers in the United States Army. And it's my honor to swear them into the medical corps today. In the military, we do not promote individuals for their accomplishments or what they've done, but rather for what they are capable of doing. And today, we're going to recognize these three young officers as we swear them in. In times of peace or in combat, whether they are in the air, the sea, or on land, we're asking these three young doctors to do one of the most important things a nation could ask of anyone, and that is to care for its most precious resource, its people. So their commitment to the Army and their commitment to this nation, we will swear them into the medical corps, and their commitment, their service to this nation starts today. Please assist me in welcoming Dr. Joseph Kordsmeyer, Captain, United States Army. Dr. Brendan Lushbaugh, Captain, United States Army. Dr. Victoria Ryherd, Captain, United States Army. Right face. Raise your hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God.
Woohoo, graduates. Hello, class of 2021, faculty, staff, very happy parents, family members, and friends. My name is Wanda Montgomery, Director of External Alumni Relations. Class of 2021, you made it. I'm excited and honored to welcome you all as alumni. What I hope to accomplish for you all is to help maintain the community that you all have built with one another and the school. I want to hear all about your new home, your new baby, your new pet, whatever you're excited about, we want to hear about it. So stay connected, stay involved. We have some amazing things coming soon. Many of you officially registered as alum yesterday, and for those that did not, I hope over the past few days that I've given you incentive to get involved and register. Not to mention, I have gifts. So wear your alumni pennant proudly. I look forward to working with each one of you. You know, I love the quote by the author J.K. Rowling. We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. And this is so true for each and every one of you. So congratulations, we welcome you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, what I'm supposed to say at this point is this concludes the ceremony. Everybody happy about that? Yeah, come on, be honest. Yeah. I'm going to do that, but I do want to take a couple of seconds here to master students. I know some of you are probably going to go on to work. I hope you always do that, taking care of the lives of other people. You're highly intelligent people. God gave you that gift the day you were born. And it's my hope and prayer that you'll give it back to others in need. To the DOs, can't call you Mr., can't call you Mrs., can't call you Miss. I get to call you Doctor. Congratulations. You have endured the hardest 4 years of your life, academically. And now comes that joyous thing called residency. The beauty of it is they can only work you 80 hours a week legally, which means that's about half the time that we worked you legally for 4 years. But what I will say is that this group, like other med students that just went through where you were in your third year in March when those hospitals said, get out, when those clinics said, get out, the way that you were able to spin yourselves, go virtual, and complete the rigors of school, and then pass your boards, and the interviews that you had to do virtually to get residencies, and obviously, you're pretty darn good at it. For first-year medical graduates to have an initial match of 95% and then the placements going on to where every student will have a place to go, that's incredible. And it speaks volumes of who you are as a person. I don't know of anybody else, certainly not in my lifetime, that has gone through anything close to this in healthcare professions. And yet you didn't run away from it. You ran towards it. Just as firefighters do when the fire is blazing, they run at it. Police officers don't run away from gunfights, they run towards them. Military personnel don't run away, they run towards it. And you did it because you love other people. I'll get in a foxhole with you guys any day. Now, you didn't get here by yourself. You made lots of phone calls and lots of hugs and, oh, I can't make it, and that kind of stuff. So I want you to stand up and I want you to look around at the people that got you here today because they love you. Stand up. Master's students, stand up. Go ahead and sit down. My special thanks goes out to a number of people that got us here today that believed in what we are going to accomplish. This is the first time in this place that the doctoral degree has ever been conferred. Never happened in Fort Smith, Arkansas before. It's because you believed in us and we believed in you. For that, I'm incredibly, incredibly proud. I guess what I'm most proudest of is that faculty that pushed you. They pushed you hard to make you the best you could be. So please, masters and our DOs, thank that faculty every chance you get for everything they have done. To our Board of Trustees, back in 2014, made a decision to do what many people thought could not be done. They reached out to try to serve, and look what's been accomplished. Special thanks go out. There's a gentleman up here that drove in to see us. Was your dean. His name was Ray Stowers. And then there's a lady that loves you so much that she decided to get on a plane and come back here. She's an interim dean. Where are you at? Does anybody know who she is? I tried to talk her into coming back today, but she said that she was taking care of her mother, and it was not at this time in her life possible to do that. I'd like to thank the group that's sitting back here. Teams build excellence, and that's what it takes. And I think so far we've done a pretty good job. I had many parents yesterday as I walked around during the fish fry. They said, I remember when we first showed up, there was a med school, there was a few apartments, and there was mud everywhere. Do you remember that? Sure you do. Do you remember that first anatomy exam? God help you, be calm. And look what you did. My head is really, really high. Really, really high for everything that you did, along with those that love you. So with that, I have to read off this script. And finally, I do want to say this. The people that put this thing together for us, the staff, guys, they worked on this thing for 6 or 8 months to get this. I think, honest to goodness, I think they've had about 3 hours of sleep per day. And they need to be recognized for that hard work of putting this together. So I will officially say that this concludes the 2021 Commencement Ceremony. I again congratulate all the graduates. Everyone please stand and remain standing for the recessional of the graduates. Family and friends, please meet your graduates outside the building. And now, I will pick up the mace and we will end this.